Welcome to the Young Rewind Show.
What's going on, guys? I wanted to talk a little bit about Michael Myers today because it's Halloween. One of the things that I always liked about Michael Myers was how he just lurked in the shadows. You know, he was the shape. You know, in the first movie, you just heard him breathing. You just seen him peeking through the shadows. I mean, during the daytime, you seen a lot of stalking. Like, he would stalk Lori and shit. You'd see him like this. But yeah, like, let's just talk about Michael a little bit. Let's talk about Halloween 6 real quick. I think it's a terrible movie, honestly. Not that it's just a terrible movie, but it's a huge slap in the face to Jamie's character and everything that she accomplished in 4 and 5. First of all, she's an excellent actress, and that's something we have to acknowledge right now. But the fact that they executed her in such a foul way is just terrible. It made me really not like that movie. And then they did too much of the Thorn stuff, you know, the supernatural shit. Personally, I couldn't get with it. I like basic Michael Myers. I mean, he's, even in Halloween 1, if you don't include Thorn shit, he's still pretty strong, don't get me wrong. He took the shots, fell off the balcony or whatever. But if you cut out 4, 5, and 6, you go to H2O. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure I said this in a previous video, he's hanging and then he like lowers himself down or whatever. So I always thought that was pretty cool and whatnot. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had to say some of the worst Halloween movies, I have to say the remake for Halloween 2, Halloween Ends, Halloween Resurrection. I like the remake for Halloween 1. I'm very glad to see that people are starting to appreciate that more nowadays, because I remember when I was growing up, it came out in like 2007. I was like 7 when that came out. So I remember growing up and seeing a lot of hate for it, but now I'm seeing a lot of love for it. But I gotta be honest, something I didn't like about the remake for Halloween was how Michael found out that was his sister. The fucking mail? Really? Come on now. That was just kind of dumb. But you know, I also thought that it was a good take because to me, it was the scariest version of Michael Myers out so far. I mean, I was afraid of Michael Myers already, but like I said, I was 7 years old when that came out. So you gotta think, he went from being on some, I think the last movie that he was in before that was Resurrection. So he went from shit like that, getting his ass whooped by Busta Rhymes, to being more like Jason and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, unstoppable as fuck. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I wouldn't want to face that Michael Myers. If I had to make a choice between which Michael Myers I would want to face, or, you know, I had to run towards, I would run towards the original from 1978. Because, let's just face it, the one from 2007, that's just dangerous, and you're just not going to make it out of that one alive. Personally, I respect Rob Zombie's take on the Halloween, you know, series and what he tried to do. I can't get with number 2. Like I said, it's got to be one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen. One of the worst remakes I've ever seen in general. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it's like a mix of a different, you know, set of things throughout, you know, the original movies and whatnot. So it's like, you know, at one point, there's a dream sequence at the beginning of the movie where Laurie's in the hospital, you know, like kind of like in the original movie, where throughout, or not the original movie, but the original second movie, you know, how he chases her throughout the hospital and whatnot, you know what I mean? There was the whole hospital setting. And then it's like she has this connection to him, kind of like, you know, this telepathic mind connection to him, kind of like Jamie does in the 5th movie. Which, by the way, back on Jamie real quick, it's kind of cool how her actor, I think it's Danielle Harris, if I'm not saying that correct me in the comments. It's kind of cool that she got to come back for both Halloween and Halloween 2, the remakes. I was so happy to see that, because she's a great character and actress. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure I pointed this out in my top 10 slashes video about how good of an actress she is. If you watch number 5, she was doing the whole stutter thing, and it's just like, damn, like, how can you keep up with that without having to throw up, you know, the whole hyperventilating thing, and then on top of that stuttering and shit. She just sounded really good in that movie. I guess we could also talk a little bit about Resurrection. The whole premise of Resurrection is just stupid because, first of all, okay, so you end off H2O. Laurie Strode believes that she kills Michael Myers. She thinks she's got the job done or whatever. At least to my understanding, that's what she thinks. Unless I missed something. And then Resurrection starts. She's in a mental hospital and shit. I'm pretty sure she's waiting on Michael because she's hiding her pills inside of a doll. Michael shows up. First of all, there's this... I never liked the fact that there were some people Michael didn't kill outside of kids. Like how he ignored some people throughout the series. I've never been a fan of that. And in this movie, he does that at the beginning of the movie with the psycho killer. Or I wouldn't say he's a killer. I don't know what he was in there for. The psycho dude. He gives him his knife and whatnot. And the dude starts explaining Michael's backstory. But anyways, the movie opens up with Michael instantly killing off Laurie Strode right after she had her badass comeback in H2O. And I'm just like, whoa. I also wanted to talk a little bit about how underappreciated Sam Loomis is. I mean, the guy pulls up literally every movie to help, and they bash him. I mean, in the remake, it kind of makes sense because, you know, he wrote the book, made money off the monster, whatever, you know what I mean? But any other movie, it doesn't. Why does he get this hate? I just never understood that. People act like he's the one who created Michael Myers. In reality, he's not. But I guess that's just the way some people want to look at things. They want to view Sam as a bad guy, when in reality he's trying to protect them because he truly does care about the people of Haddonfield, especially Laurie and Jamie. It's also kind of shitty that his last movie was Halloween 6. And that was just, of all movies, you know what I mean? Not a great movie. I mean, I guess if there's some people who like it, they might like it. There's two versions of it, though. Me personally, I don't like either version, but I've always thought it's the scariest of all the originals, and I'll say that any day. I mean, when it comes down to the originals, the closest we get to a Rob Zombie Michael Myers is probably Halloween 6. You know, he's just this menacing guy. Scary mask and everything. One of my favorite masks in general. By the way, comment below what your favorite mask is. I have a hard time choosing what my favorite mask is sometimes. Sometimes I go back and forth between the first one, then the one from the remake. I like the one from the new timeline, the new trilogy. Well, there's more than one for the new trilogy because, you know, they got the one where it starts out, you know, like it's 40 years later, whatever, 2018. He's got his mask again, whatever. It's got some overtime damage. And then it moves on throughout the movie. It gets some battle damage or whatever. And then you got the version from Halloween Kills. Personally, I like the one from Halloween Kills a lot. I seen somebody make a video on his favorite mask, and he was pointing out some of the battle damage for the different masks and whatnot. And I gotta say, the one for Halloween Kills is my favorite. And if I'm gonna point out my least favorite fucking mask. Oh, well, it's not my favorite, but one of my favorites. If I'm gonna point out my least favorite mask, it's gotta be the ones from fucking 5, or I don't remember which movie it was where for a brief moment he had the blonde hair. I can't think off the top of my head, but one of you guys will be able to figure it out, I'm sure. And then in H2O, he had all the different masks and whatnot. You know, I kind of wish that they had more consistency with the mask. From what I understand, the mask from the very first movie is the same mask that they have in the second movie, but the way it was stored, I guess it took damage because of how it was stored or whatever, and it fit the second actor. I think it's Dick Warlock, I think that's his name. It fit him different than it fit Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers, or the Shape, whatever you guys prefer to call him, the Boogeyman. And yeah, I think my favorite version of the Halloween theme, though, aside from the original, that's definitely my favorite, but if I had to choose my second favorite version of the Halloween theme, it would probably be the one from Halloween 6. I do like that version a lot. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about this too. Michael lacks morals. I seen a post on Facebook where Kane Hodder apparently refused to do a scene where Jason was kicking a dog. You know what I mean? Apparently Jason doesn't hurt animals, you know, it's against his character. And I respect him for that, and I agree with it. And it got me thinking, damn, you know, Jason's kind of a good guy compared to Michael Myers. Like, Michael Myers doesn't have no morals, if you think about it. Like, they talked about him eating a dog. He kills and eats dogs. Like, what the fuck is up with that? I never understood why he couldn't just go down in the fucking kitchen. I mean, he already fucking stabbed you to death. He might as well just go to the kitchen and make himself a ham sandwich, put some cheese, some mustard, you know what I mean? Get himself a cup of milk or some oranges. I don't know what he likes. Apparently just dog. He just likes to eat some damn dogs and shit. It's just kind of a crazy feature about Michael. I mean, survival, I guess. I always thought that in the remake for Halloween 1, it was pretty cool how Machete was taking care of him. I call him Machete. That's who he is to me. I mean, I know he's been in 1,000 different movies, but that's like his name to me. I always thought, oh, it's kind of cool how the kid from Spy Kids was in that one, and Machete was also in the Spy Kids. I don't remember which one he was in, but he was in one of them. So yeah, it's got some Spy Kids characters up in there, you know, facing off against Michael Myers and whatnot. I think it's cool how he had that little bond with him. You know, it just shows a different side to some of the people and how they view Michael and whatnot. Not everybody looked at him as the most terrible person. For example, you remember when they were up in there messing with his mess, those foul hospital workers, doctors, whatever you want to call them, security, I don't know, I'm not too familiar with that shit, but when they were up in there playing with the stuff, he's like, hey man, leave his stuff alone. I've been taking care of this dude for a long time, man. Like, they had a bond. If you remember, he was trying to communicate with him when Michael was a kid and first got there, and he was trying to communicate with him, talk to him, build a bond with him and whatnot, try to show him that, hey, like, there's some people up in here who aren't going to view you as a complete monster. And then, unfortunately, sadly, Michael still ended up killing him, so that's just how it is sometimes. That kind of bothers me. And somebody pointed this out. I seen this online. Somebody pointed this out. It's like, man, why did he kill him? It doesn't make no sense. And at first I was thinking, well, it's Michael Myers. Why wouldn't he kill him? I guess originally he wasn't supposed to be killed off. Well, depending on the version of the movie you watch, depends on whether or not he dies. But I guess they didn't want to kill him. You know what I mean? Because Michael was supposed to be tight with him or whatever. I don't know too much on that. I just recently heard about it. But at first I was thinking, well, that's just kind of against Michael's character. But then I thought about it, and I was watching back on the movies recently, and I was like, damn, there's a few times where he's like not killed people. He's let some people go. And it gets you thinking sometimes, like, okay, if he doesn't kill this person at this spot, why does he kill this person when he was obviously looking out for him? And that was a seriously cool fucking mask collection. It really was. He was pretty creative for a dude who ain't got, like, you know, nothing going for him at the moment other than the thoughts of getting out and killing people. Halloween 5. I can't believe at the end of Halloween 5 he was in jail. How are you gonna break out of jail? Well, you're gonna get busted out of jail. Dude went up in there with the trench coat, dressed like he was in the Matrix and shit, and shot up the place. And I was like, bro, this isn't it. It's really not. But the whole premise of that movie in general is just not it. I couldn't get with it. You know, the characters were annoying. First of all, one of the most annoying characters I thought there was other than Tina, was there was another character named Michael. He had that car or whatever, talked all tough and shit, was an asshole. Michael Myers found him, killed him, took his car and shit, Grand Theft Auto, stole his stuff, and then was riding around with his girlfriend. His girlfriend didn't even know that it was him. You know, I couldn't stand that guy. He was really annoying and didn't help the movie at all, you know what I mean? Just kind of made it worse, if you ask me. And then you got Tina, obviously. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tina's not the worst character in horror history. You got to think about it. She truly cared for Jamie, and she wanted to look out for her. But it's just, I don't know, the vibe that she gave off, how she spoke and whatnot. can't explain it. She just has this like really annoying feature to her. What's another cool thing about Halloween 5 though is, well, what is a cool thing about Halloween 5 is, I can't say another because I haven't really spoke too much goodness on it yet, other than the fact that earlier in the video I did say that Jamie's actress was a good actress. A cool thing that I thought about Halloween 5 though was inside of that little mental hospital she was in, she had a little friend, he stuttered or whatever, and he tried to help her throughout the movie. To the very end, he was there with her, you know what I mean, backing her up, you know. And he was kind of like helping her communicate, like helping her say the words, you know what I mean, helping them understand what she was trying to say that she couldn't get out, you know what I mean. So I always thought that was pretty cool. But like I said though, it's just the way they have 4 and 5, you know, you got Jamie surviving all these horrific events just to kill her off instantly in the first movie, and then on top of that, we know what Michael Myers was doing with Jamie, and you know the whole baby thing. That was just terrible. Like damn, bro. I just think about that sometimes. I'm like, bro, who came up with this shit? Who the hell came up with something like this? Because honestly, some might disagree with me. I like Jamie better in Halloween 4 than I did Laurie Strode in Halloween 1. That's just my opinion. Hey, maybe some other people might have some other opinions on it. I mean, Laurie Strode is the final girl, obviously. Everybody knows of her. Like, you can't know about slasher movies without knowing about Laurie Strode. It's just essential. You know what I mean? It's just like knowing about the killers and not knowing about both Michael and Jason, you know what I mean? It doesn't make no sense. But the fact that they killed her off, and then come to find out the dude who let Michael at the hospital the entire time was the jackass at the beginning of Halloween 1. Not the very beginning. You remember when Halloween 1, when Sam Loomis was telling that one dude that he was going to Haddonfield, he's like, well, that's far away, and how was he going to get there? Like, driving or whatever the hell they were talking about. That was the guy who let him out. Then he was trying to get Loomis to join him, not knowing that Loomis is an OG Michael Myers stopper, Haddonfield protector, and he wasn't with that shit. And fucking Tommy comes back in that movie, and he kind of whoops the shit out of Michael at the end of the movie. You know, it's just I think that was Paul Rudd's first movie, but I think it was his first movie, but I think another movie he was in came out before it though. But I think technically Halloween was his first movie though. Correct me if I'm wrong on that in the comments. But anyways, look, this was just a random Michael Myers talk video. I mean, if there's anything you guys would like me to discuss in a future video about Michael Myers or any other killers, just let me know. You know what I mean? If you guys got any questions, put them in the comments and whatnot. Comment who would you guys like me to make a video on next when it comes down to videos like this. And understand this, I'm not going to be just doing videos like this. So if you subscribe to my channel or you're already familiar with my channel, I'm not going to be doing videos like this all the time. I'm going to be doing other stuff. I like to do a lot of shorts and whatnot. So, you know what I mean? I try to push my channel in different ways. I'm still uploading a few gaming videos here and there, but I'm not going to be doing that as often. So understand that too. I got more Resident Evil videos coming, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Look, this wasn't supposed to be just a straightforward video where I'm going to go through Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, you know, give a review on all of them. I'm just talking about random things with Michael Myers simply because it's Halloween and, you know, it's October 31st. It's his day. I got to make a video about it. Oh, actually, hold that thought. All right. Check this out. I don't got a lot of Michael Myers stuff no more. But I got this right here. Bam, that's pretty cool. But it also, on the back of it. And then if you look at the arm, this is just such a cool thing to have, man. I've had it for a couple years now. and I've worn it 1,000 times. But that is not the last thing I gotta show you. I gotta show you one more thing, and it's really cool. Okay, I lied. Actually, I have 2 more things to show you. I found the second thing while I was looking for the first thing to show you. But first thing is right here. Peep that. My mom had this custom made for me. It's a Halloween Zippo. It's really awesome. One of my favorite items. I don't use it much because I don't usually have fluid for it, first of all, but plus I don't want to damage it. But yeah, one more look. Solid. And then this is pretty cool too. It's not nothing to do with Michael Myers, but and then this is pretty cool too. It's not Michael Myers, but you know, it's still awesome. It's Chucky. It's a cool Chucky ring. I mean, it doesn't fit very well, but bam, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's all for today. If there's, like I said, if there's anything else you guys would like me to go over, more facts about one of the movies specifically, specific topics of the movies you guys would like me to talk about, or other killers in general, just let me know in the comments. And have a good day and a good Halloween.